wait for it, wait for it. Oh yeah! Yeah, baby! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. My name is Martin Dogger, and we have another top 5 tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. And after the tanks that were hard to kill, the tough tanks, today we're gonna look at the fan favorites, the most popular Tech 3 tanks from tier 5 and up in World of Tanks Blitz, currently available. This one at spot number 5 is the Borsig, the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, which has a really big gun, a 15 centimeter gun, and it can also mount a 12.8 centimeter gun. And you could argue that the 12.8 is the more sensible choice of the guns because it has better penetration, it packs an APCR round, etc. But it also has less DPM and it doesn't do as much as a big damage that this tank can do with a 50 centimeter gun, albeit that third shot was an HE splash on the track of that AMX 5100, and thus it did not fully penetrate, but 400 alpha per shot, that is quite good. And this Borsig, he was packing the long gun, but that did not save him from Black Wolf, who scored a really big hit. And this was a really quick game, as you can see, just about 2 minutes in there. But the Borsig, yeah, it is a fan favorite, and the reason is the big alpha damage and a few other things as well, which we are going to discuss in this video. If you want to see more of my footage, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And with that said, we will move on towards tier 10. Because, like I said, there are a few reasons why the Borsig is in the list. That one bounced, that is unfortunate. On a Type 61, a tank with no armor whatsoever, that shot missed maybe even. This... that one went in. That's gonna hurt in the morning, as Klaus Kellerman would say. And people will be mad at me for saying stuff that Klaus says. Oh yeah, there he is, Type 61 is back. It was a big HE shell. As said, there are a few reasons why the Borsig is in the list. Number one, it is a fun tank to play. It has a good camo rating, it has a turret, which makes it a little bit more flexible than other derp guns at tier 8. And people want to get towards the grill. And if you want to play the grill, you can't go there from any other tank, you just have to play the Borsig. And this tank, the grill, was really strong. Then it was nerfed into oblivion, really, and it had a disastrous camo rating. Well, it still has a disastrous camo rating. It will be a bit better. Wants 6.7 hits, but still, I think that the grill needs some tender loving care, basically, because it's not that quick to maneuver around. The traverse rate is not brilliant. The gun itself, it's fine. Oh, hello, FE. 1200 max roll. And then at FE says GAY, don't know why. Yeah, he is actually cool. Right. And yes, there is a little bit of camping going on in this game. Or at least you could think there was. Let me get my coffee first. I need some coffee while I'm doing my videos. Black with sugar, just as I like it. Right, as said, underscore M3 underscore in the grill 15. He is somewhat camping in spawn, but mind you, he did leave spawn. He actually went up towards sector 1, just outside of the caves, completely in the corner. Sitting there having a great view on the upper plateau, but he realized that there was nobody to shoot. There were no tanks available whatsoever, and this, I think it's actually the E100 is going to be a bit pissed that M3 is sitting over here. And no, he was not camping. This is going to be an epic game, I promise you that. And you can see that he's going to move in as well. He is getting out of the spawn now. Yes, he is. You are going to getting out of the spawn, but they don't have to know that, so just type no in chat. He's moving out of the spawn. He has AP shells, as you can see, standard. He has got heat shells for premium ammo. And the grill asset is quite a good tank. The DPM is middle of the pack. The penetration is 279, which is the lowest of all the tier 10 tank destroyers. And the heat is 334, which isn't that brilliant either. But you do have a tasty HE shell. And if you have some help from an M60, you can bum rush an F4. FV4005. You had no choice but to go in there. I mean, once you spot it, look at this reverse speed. And the reverse speed doesn't say anything. I mean, the grill's pretty quick in a straight line. Traverse speed is not brilliant. Reverse speed is just god awful, and you have a rear mounted gun. You're an absolute sniper. But apart from the gun being a good one, I'm not saying it's brilliant, it's a good one. Apart from that, you quite lack the camo rating, and you actually also lack the old equipment. And call me an old fart, which I am in the game, I think in a way. Call me an old fart, but before the grill was able to mount binocs and a camo net, and then really sit in a spot and just farm the damage, and it somewhat needed that. And this shot is going in on the driver of the Jagdpanzer, even though that it's decided to speed up just a little bit of video, because it wasn't really anything of them just driving around and then spotting the Jagdpanzer, even though it just once. And you can see that M3 is going to roll in, but he's a one-shot to the Jagdpanzer, even with AP. I mean, HE will wreck this tank. It is... It has no arm. I've bounce shots with my grill. I've bounce shots on the gun, which is fun, obviously. And you can see that your gun shield is actually sticking out quite a bit. Yeah, but the Jagdpanzer missed. There we come on. Yes! Woohoo! I was literally fist pumping when I saw this replay at first. 7,852. I think it might just 1 or 2 bits of damage above, but it's one of the highest damage games currently in the current season in the grill. Great game there, M3, and I'm sorry for popping it into a top 5 video, but yeah, it just had to go in. I like that game really much. Grill at spot number 4 for the most popular tanks currently in the tech tree in World of Tanks Blitz, and we're moving up towards this one, the P44 Pantera. And to be honest, I haven't really seen the popularity that the Pan-European line gets in what's the C43 to crying out loud? Just... Anyways, I haven't quite seen the popularity in a new line with this Pan-European line. This was introduced, and if you're looking at the most played tanks in the game, this is at number 3 in the tech tree. And if you're looking at the tier 10 tanks, that Progetto Mod 40, what is it? The Progetto 65, that's getting quite some tender love and care as well. I mean, a lot of people want to play the tank. And I think that's because of the novelty of the auto reloading mechanism. And we're looking at Hyde Assassin over here who's using the P44 Pantera with its furious camouflage. And you might start thinking as well, what is a Jagdpanzer doing? I mean, why is he shooting that way? Well, there's actually a light tank towards Hyde Assassin's left, as you can see. But the beauty of this auto reloading mechanism is the fact that you can keep pumping damage. You can drive it as a single shot tank, you can use it with a full magazine, and if you then can keep your entire hit point pool up towards 2 to 3 minutes into the game, then you can really start feasting on the enemy. And that's what Hyde Assassin is going to do here, or at least he's going to try. He's going to take one shot at the KV5 and then another one, and he's making a bit of a mistake, a bit too hungry, because that's a big shot from an ISU-52 and a shot from a KV5. You do not want to sit in front of both of those guns. And yes, you have to be map aware. You have to make the most of this auto reloading mechanism, which he's going to do here, because ISU-52, joke's on you, buddy. You managed to put a big shot into Hyde Assassin, but well, he's going to turn the tables now. He's just going to sit here behind this rock, wait a little bit till he can figure out what you are doing. You are turning around. Are you having fun there? You're proxy spotting him, aren't you? Yes, you are. Hello. One shot. There we go. And 2 shots. There we go. You have a dirt driver. And bye-bye. This is the joy of an autoloader. This is the joy of an auto reloader. He could have done this in an autoloader as well, but he probably would not have been able to do this in, say, a Pershing or a T44 or any other tanks, because the Pantera, it packs that auto reloading gun, as I've been saying quite a lot, but it also has quite good DPM, 2212 with improved ventilation and cheese head and cinnamon rolls. But you pack 203 of pen, which is quite good for tier 8 medium tanks. And if you pack your APCR, you're going to 259. So, well, that's pretty impressive. The gun handling, middle of the pack. But the dispersion factors are quite good. So if you're driving around with this tank while shooting and while rotating the turret, it is actually quite a stable gun platform as well. Gun depression is minus 8, sorry. That's 12 out of 23 in the pack. Not the best, but certainly workable. And as far as speed is concerned, it has a 60 kilometers per hour top speed. That's pretty much light tank speed capabilities. And of course, you're not a light tank. You are a medium, so your camo rating is not as good as a light tank. But other than that, this tank has pretty much all the traits there are to light tanks, but then in a medium tank package with a, what is it, 675 alpha burst damage capability, or 675 burst damage capability. And if you shoot those 3 shots pretty consistently and you keep penetrating them, then those skills might kick in and you get some of those little, what are they called? I don't know what precision fire. I think it's called precision fire. It's a light tank skill, and if you keep penetrating the shots, you have more possibilities of getting max rolls. And then this is even more fun. Just look at this. Following this KV5, and just before the KV5 goes on, the T49 takes him out. And yes, the T49 did a paltry amount of damage in total in the game. But a great mastery here for Hired Assassin, as you can see. 5,163 damage dealt. Number 2 in the list of fan favorites in World of Tanks Blitz currently is the Waffle. And, go! Thank God there's no friendly fire in the game. Hello, Waffle. I got a big HE shell ready for you. There we go. How's that? Not a bad trade. 203 damage taken, 990 dealt. The Waffle is in the list for the same reason that the Borsig is in the list, probably. It's there because people want to drive the grill. And the Waffle, as does the grill, has a choice of 2 guns. And the Waffle gets a 15 centimeter Puck L38 gun or a 12.8 centimeter Canone L61, which is basically a big dub gun or a long gun. With the big one, you get just above 3k DPM. And it is using all the food and the rammer, etc. So 2.7k without anything of that stuff. And if you use the Canone, you get a slightly lower DPM. So, as with the Borsig, there's a choice of having a gun with good penetration values, with I don't know, just the better gun handling, or you get the big dub one. Oh no. And the problem with the dub one is, well, it's a dub gun, which means that you have a longer reload, it is less accurate, but it packs a bit more punch, which is, as ST1 is going to find out. Pop! Oh, I also love the turret flying. Just, it went up and up and up and up. It just kept turning around. And one thing to do note about the Waffle, while this is also a bit of a annoying shot. One other thing to note about the Waffle is the fact that it has really wonky gun depression angles, so you have to get used to that. I quite like the Borsig a bit more than the Waffle. Still haven't figured out which gun I like more. But yeah, it is a tank that is second in the most played tanks of the tech tree from Tier 5 and up in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, which tank is number 1? Well, it's this one. Derping at warp speed with the T49. Guffy. Right. I think you've probably already seen this replay on my channel, but maybe on Soft Rescue's channel or the Mizi, I don't know where it has been published before. But that's irrelevant. I decided to use this one because it's a freaking awesome game. And it shows what a good light tank driver can do. It shows the power of HE shells. And Dangas over here, who's got a leather on his side. I mean, what could go wrong? It's a little bit of extra spaced armor, by the looks of it. Nah, it's not really spaced armor, but it looks like spaced armor, and it's looking quite cool. He is going to use his dirt gun on the T49. Now, like the Borsig and the Waffle, This tank has a choice of guns. I don't know why you would want to use the other gun. Well, I actually know why you would want to use the other gun. Because it has a 90mm, which has better DPM, which has better penetration values, which has better gun handling. It basically has everything a lot better. But the other gun packs the dirt. That's the gun launcher XM81 conventional. That would imply that there's also an unconventional dirt gun. But yeah, it packs an HE shell, so you can do stuff like this. Just splash a T26E4 and kill him. Bye! Pop went to turret. This tank has a gun launcher at 560 alpha for your heat shells, and your premium ammo is actually HE. You can see Dan trying to see if he could penetrate the size of this Ashu 12244. The penetration of the HE shells, it's not brilliant. I think it's sitting at 80, what's it like? No, 75. That's not good. Packs 83 if you're using calibrated shells, but it's only 75. But that means that you can punch through the size of so many tanks at the tiers you're facing. It's kind of disgusting. It's kind of filthy. It makes you feel a little bit dirty when you do stuff like that. There was a Borsig with a long gun, but it didn't save him because he got splashed. And you can see that Dan is resetting his camo rating. He's making little movements, so people are kind of misjudging where he is, and then he moves above. He stops right in place, popping the adrenaline. He is was alone versus 5. He's now alone versus 4. Gets shot from up over there, which is probably the P43. Oh, bye Borsig. We're having fun in your German big gunned G-rate tank destroyer, which is a fan favorite. Well, you've just met this one, and yes, you are a flexible big gun, but the T49 is just a little bit more flexible because this one goes around the map a little bit quicker. This one has light tank camo rating. This one has got a leather on the side. And Dan is going to use his bush, just pop forward, and then go into the next bush. As you can see, he's moving around very, very cautiously. This is not just a great Resenia's game. Spoiler them, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz. It's not just a Resenia game. It's also using bushes and game mechanics and knowing where tanks are. And if you look at the counter, there's one tank in the cap at the moment. Odds are it's either the KV3 or the T28. But Dan is not panicking. He's going to use this side of the ruins to poke around. Nothing spotted over there. He is not spotted himself, which means that he could probably peek around over here. Oh, hello P43. Oh, hello T28. Yes, he threw the sides, 533. Bit of a lowish roll, but he has managed to reset the cap. Complied the mission, said the chieftain. Make your dreams come true. Yes, and this P43 is saying, I'm gonna make my dreams come true. I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to kill this thief. I'm dead myself. I thought he didn't spot me anymore. Yeah, he did. Well, he sure did. And again, Dan is moving away and then stopping. And it's a funny thing. You have this freaking long reload of about 15 seconds. You can see 15.2. It takes about 10 seconds to reset the camo on a tank in World of Tanks Blitz. So by the time you are reloaded... that bounce... By the time you are reloaded, your camo has been reset, and that means you can go in. And this KV3 is not moving in because he has a broken engine and a dead drive, and is probably a new player because he is... is he using the top gun? I'm not sure, but he has a dead gunner, he has a dead driver. Basically, his tank is completely wrecked. And this completes the episode top 5 of the fan favorite tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. Don't you just love that? 5k damage, 6 kills. Dan is going to get a great Resenia in the T49. And that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Please leave it below, down below in the comments, which are your favorite tanks in the channel. Are they tanks like this, like the T49? Is it the Pantera? Or is it just any other tank you have in the game? Leave a comment, please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Just look at those medals. Oh, calls for coffee. Cheers. Happy tanking.